everybody, and welcome back to Radio Entrepreneurs. And for the last 8.5 years, we have been streaming stories of leadership, entrepreneurship, how to succeed in this economy. And if we're going to talk about that pioneering spirit, every week we want to check in with the fabulous Marc Z for our one and only Marc Z Moment. Hello, Marc.
Yeah, it's great to be here, and we're in the forefronts of spring, and it's always a pleasure being on the show and talking about seasonal topics.
That's good. Well, there's a lot of material for you every day, Marc. So what's on the topics for today?
Well, the topic for today I thought I would talk about is the idea of contract work, whether it's a contract where for a specific period of time, a person will work at a company, organization, or a firm, whether it's a temporary to try out a perm opportunity, whether it's a long-term assignment where the person could be at a company or organization for a long time. It's something that prospective employees should really think about now, because with the market loosening up, where there's some good talent available, and if you're a person looking for an opportunity, it's a great way to examine and try out an opportunity and see if it's the right fit, while contributing to the employer's success and while contributing to your economic success personally.
Right. But the whole contractor situation is an evolving situation now, isn't it?
Correct. Well, what I'm talking about is the way our market has been in the last several years. It's been in a situation where a lot of employers have not had temporary opportunities. They've had to focus on direct hire because there wasn't that talent pool available. Because of some of the situations happening with our market right now, particularly within the government, there are some talented people available where employers would have an opportunity, even if somebody's coming from the government or coming from a different industry, to try out that individual. And that's a good way of sort of ensuring success. If they have a need, it's a good way of contributing toward the company's success. And an individual now, especially if they're looking long term, why not try an opportunity, even trying out an opportunity that could be a temp to perm situation where you are looking long term and you need to make money economically, financially anyway. This opportunity for both the employer and the employee has not existed really in its true form until recently. And I encourage both prospective employers and employees to really examine that, not the traditional contractor role, but traditional temporarily role.
I've always believed in dating before marriage, and I think it really works out. We've discussed this other years, and
Right.
I think too often during the interview stage, it's the honeymoon, and both sides don't necessarily present reality. They present the idealized situation. And then they get into the job, and both the employer or the employee are like, wow, this isn't what I expected. And I think living through some, phase is better for both sides. It's better fit, better culture. You don't want the turnover if you're an owner. You don't want the turnover if you're an employee.
Correct. And and it's a great investment in an employer's time, because that way they can meet an immediate need, but also examine the prospective employee in real time, real life situations that will,
The one
uh,
thing I worry about, Marc, and I don't know if you can address it or not, is if the employee is on unemployment, they don't want to lose their unemployment benefits.
right. And that's what the argument is by certain employees. I don't want to lose my unemployment benefits. But what happened is unemployment is like a bank, that when the assignment is done, then they're able to go back on unemployment because they'll write assignment was completed. And the Department of Unemployment or Employment Assistance will send a note to that employer and say whether it's the temporary company or the employer, in terms of did the assignment end, what happened, and they will say the assignment, and the person will be able to go back on unemployment. So there's a perception that for some reason, if I take on a temporary assignment, I will lose my unemployment. And that's not true.
Mark, if somebody, this is all very valuable. If somebody's looking to connect with you, learn more about this as an employer or an employee, how do they find you?
Go on our wonderful Radio Entrepreneurs website, radioentrepreneurs.com. Google Marc Z, M-A-R-C, and the letter Z. MarkZLegal.com, MarkZlegal.com, and 617-338-1300.
Thank you, Mark. I look forward to seeing you again next week on Radio Entrepreneurs.